What's up, everybody out there in the Frontline universe, and welcome back to another episode of Anime Weekly. But this is the pre-show for episode 26. Look, somewhere next
I'm back.
to me, Jeremy's back, but Bravo's here also.
We're finally together.
All
together.
All three of us together, here to talk anime and stuff like that. But this is the pre-show, so this is the show where we've got lots of news, manga, and or other stuff to talk about that have been taking over our lives very slowly, but very surely. So Jeremy, I'm going to let you go first. You said you actually found some news out.
Yep. So this is more to pertain to like a lot of the other shonen stuff, like Naruto. I got some Naruto news, some Bleach news, and a bit of One Piece news as well. One Piece Film Gold is progressing. It's going to come out in a couple months in Japan, so hopefully we'll be able to get a sub version soon. I know there's supposed to be some kind of theatrical release within the next year or so in America. So hopefully we'll get to see that, because I know they released Boruto around December, and it came around this time in the summer last year. So maybe December next year we'll get it in America here. But back to Naruto, we've got free Boruto chapters on the Funimation website. So you can just read the manga, and it'll basically recap it for you with a little bit more extra detail. If you have seen the movie, it may seem a little repetitive, but the beginning page is new content, and it's really interesting setup. You just gotta sit through a recap, so it's pretty much like watching Dragon Ball Super again. But yeah, so there's that. What is it? Bleach. We're down to maybe the last 10 chapters of Bleach. 10 or so.
Bleach is definitely ending.
Yep. They, the speculation was we're down to 5, but according to a podcast with one of the editors of Bleach, we have 9 or so to go as of that recording. So that means there are at least 9 other chapters. So we're like basically down to the last 10. So this is the legit final fight. And I'll talk more about Bleach when we actually get into the chapter discussion and stuff, but it's shaping up really well, but there's still a lot of loose ends to tie up, and I'm wondering how Kubo is going to handle this, but we'll see. With
Boruto, though, before you go into other news outside of dubbing, I'm really glad that we're getting the chapters, in America. I'm really glad that we're moving forward with Boruto, so it's like the next generation of Naruto, so when Naruto Shippuden ends, even though it's been in filler hell for the past 5 years, it's still technically going on, even though it's the next chapter. It's kind of like Dragon Ball going into Dragon Ball Z or GT or Super. Let's ignore GT. Like Dragon Ball going into Super, it's the next generation with the sun. I really like that. I like that they can.
Oh yeah, and they even did that a little bit with the anime, because they released the OVA for the day Naruto became Hokage. So you got to see a little bit of that with Naruto, Boruto, and his daughter Himawari, and Himawari knocking him out and stuff. It's a really cute 10-minute episode. Not really like something you have to rush out and see unless you're a hardcore Naruto fan. But if you want a little break from all this filler and flashbacks and whatnot, I highly recommend it. Definitely worth watching.
Oh, I'm tired of the flashbacks already. I feel like we've been with these kids, Ashura and Indra, for too long.
Seriously, I already know how the story ends. Can we just fast forward?
That's what I feel.
I want to see the actual fight, but apparently we're getting that soon, so we'll see how that goes.
Is there any other? What, Bravo?
Just a little longer.
Well, Jeremy promised.
I say that to myself every day. I made a promise on the show. I will hold out. I will not die until this anime actually ends.
Yeah, he'll be on his deathbed. He said he will be on his deathbed, but will not pass on until that last scene of Naruto Shippuden.
Jeremy coughs and rolls over.
Exactly. That's the joke. He's like, that's good ending.
There we go. He finally became okay. I can die in peace.
He even has the cough planned out.
I mean, I spent enough episodes of the show coughing. I think I've mastered coughing. I think I have enough XP to evolve into a wheezing now.
Really? Now you know.
Well, see, I did that on purpose because that's a good segue to talk about the latest craze that has slowly been taking over the lives of myself and girlfriend 001, who shall still remain nameless because I refuse to let her.
She'll kill you. That's all.
But yeah, Pokemon Go.
She has
guys.
an internet connection.
Oh my god, this game has like literally brought to life my 5-year-old childhood dream of becoming a Pokemon trainer, and it has become an unhealthy obsession. I'm not even joking.
It's unhealthy to be out there doing it, and then it's unhealthy to stay inside and sit around and do nothing too. So either way, it's a lose-lose.
Yep. But hey, I'm level 13 and I've taken down a couple of gyms. I feel happy. I've gotten out and rolled around more than I have in my entire 4 years of college, and most of that was outside. So that tells you something. And I actually went to the beach for once, and I never go to the beach. But she was like, "Hey, I heard there was a Lapras down there," and I'm like, "Did you say Lapras?" Oh, all right. All right, if we see a Snorlax, I'm going to tell you to pull over. I'm just letting you know this right now. We did not see a Snorlax. There was no Snorlax blocking the bridge.
Well, I can say that I'm a level 6, and I've only got 27 Pokemon right now. But I have traded some away.
What team did you choose?
Mystic.
Nice, alright.
Everybody I know is Team Mystic, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
you made the right choice. You made the right choice.
Everybody made the right choice.
I'm sorry for anyone in the comments who was Team Valor, but you guys suck. I'm sorry. Okay, I had to put it out
there. Just throw it. I'm sorry. Just in advance, let me just say you guys suck. Just saying, no offense.
No offense. I just was never a big fan.
It's the truth.
I was just never a fan of the Fire Nation or
What about the
Moltres.
Electric? Okay.
I mean, they're kind of just the Hufflepuff of Pokemon Go. They just want to stay off into the background, which is cool.
Your gauntlet, you're just dropping your gauntlet to get fire. I do not support anything Jeremy says. Fire on him.
Yeah, don't knock the Hufflepuffs.
I'm just saying, like, Valor's the Gryffindor who think they're better than everybody else, and then you got Instinct who's just chilling in the background. They're cool. They don't want to get involved in everybody else's stuff, so they just stay off to the side. And then you have Mystic, who are just kind of in the middle, who are trying to defend the Instincts from the cocky Valor people, and then just like, nope. That's just Pokemon Go politics, ladies and gentlemen. There's your little lesson right there. Hashtag Team Mystic.
Hashtag something. I don't even have a hashtag for this one. Pokemon Go. Oh boy.
Hashtag Jeremy's gonna get hate from Team Valor.
Yep.
I probably will, but you know what? The heat never bothered me anyway, and I've got Articuno with me, so it can freeze over. Moltres can go freeze over. You
can insult Valor, and you can insult the Hufflepuffs, but you cannot mention Frozen in my presence. Get out.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Bravo's not a fan of Frozen.
Well, both Kat and I love Frozen. Man, see. If we got Kat on here, I'd have at least some backup. I'd have some backup, at least in regards to Frozen. The cat doesn't watch anime.
She's the other. We're like the other half of Media Madness. We're the anime part of Media Madness in a way. So, Bravo actually started reading or finished reading a manga. Do you want to talk about that manga real quick, Bravo, before I get into mine?
Sure. Didn't finish it. I only read like a quarter of it because there's 30 chapters of it.
Okay.
But this is a romance manga called My Heart is Beating. And I got this recommended to me because I was looking for a type of romance with an unconventional male protagonist, not like a bad boy like every other show I've seen. And this was one that was suggested to me, and I started reading it, and I really like it. It's cute.
Nice.
It might be in Korean, though, because when I look at the title and, like, the names of the characters, they sound like they might be Korean. Like, one of them is named Kim Ji-yu. So, and that doesn't sound very Japanese, so...
That does sound Korean.
It does. But, okay, I'll throw in my manga, which is going to continue the theme of last week's pre-show. I finally got to read Twinstar Exorcist Volume 1. I will say this. The anime and the manga are done a bit differently. It's a bit different. Certain things that happen later on in the anime happened earlier in the manga. Certain character developments happen earlier. It's different. Not much different, but you can definitely, after reading chapter 1 alone, and I've looked over the other books that have been released so far. It's 1 through 5 that are out now. Yeah, there are definitely moments that are very different between manga and anime. Certain moments for sure. But still, really good, really enjoyable. I'm loving it. I don't know, Jeremy, when me and you both chose not to watch Twinstar, I think that was a mistake. We should have dropped Endride. We should have dropped Endride for this.
We should have. Really, yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good. From what I saw from the recap episode, I really like it. I don't know. I listened to my friend for a little bit who was like, yeah, just read the manga. The manga's way better.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
Oh yeah, I will agree with that. The manga's better, more detail. Other stuff goes on. More. It's more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's got all the fat with the meat.
Yeah, the way he said it is the manga is way better paced than the anime. The anime kind of drags stuff out.
Yeah, and also cuts stuff out.
Yep.
Oh, why would you do that if they didn't try to drag it out for so long they could fit everything in there?
Sometimes they just do that. Certain animes do that. Like, I'll show a page of anime of the manga. Mangas really look nice. The artwork looks almost spot on to the anime.
That's nice. That's a nice touch. I like it when it matches.
Still don't get the pointy teeth. And I have a feeling we're going to figure out why soon.
Yeah.
But I love it. I thought it was a great first volume. I have the other 4 volumes, so you're darn right I'll be reading volumes 5 and sharing them here. As I'm finishing these mangas, now that everything's cleared up on my end, personal life-wise, Manga Masterpiece will be moving forward with several books. So, Jeremy, what kind of chapters did you read this week? I know you got Next Fairy Tale, especially because people died the last time and then they didn't die.
So yeah, my ongoing struggle with Hiro Mashima and his refusal to actually kill main characters continues when you have Mira Jane versus these two chicks that are working with Eileen Belisarian, and it turns out these two, like, Mira completely wipes the floor with these two girls. She goes like full-on demon mode, and it's crazy, and I'm like, oh man, that's nuts. And all of a sudden, these girls just turn into swords, and then get summoned back to Eileen. So those weren't even real people, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And Mira Jane ends up getting wrecked. She gets a hole through her chest. And I'm like, oh, she's gonna die. Oh no. And then I'm just like, wait for it. She gets healed. I'm like, none of this. No one ever dies in this thing. Come on, give me a little weight to it. But at the same time, I really like Mira, so I'm not complaining at the same time. It's still really good. They're building up. They're bringing the guild back together to save Mavis, so we're gonna see what happens with Mavis.
Oh, so the guild wasn't back together yet in the manga.
I mean, they're together, but right now they're fighting separate enemies, and Zara has called everybody back to the guild hall to save Mavis because Zara is over there trying to kill Mavis and get her power, or whatever he's trying to do. I don't know anymore. He confuses me.
As do most boys that are antagonists in manga.
But yeah, that's basically what's going down with Fairy Tail. One Piece, we get more. There were a couple filler chapters where they were stuck in the forest, and they were dealing with like Luffy was dealing with this mirror copy of himself, and it was like Alice in Wonderland-y. It was weird.
Did we get
like,
to see opposite Gear 5?
No, it was just this weird it was basically like, you know, the Dragon Ball Super episode with the water with purple Vegeta.
Yeah.
That was pretty much what happened with Luffy.
Oh, joy.
And so they were stuck in this weird forest, and it looked like they were tripping out. Like, it was very, very drug hallucinogenic. Like, I was like, whoa, this is weird. And then, like, once we got to the main story, we actually got to see Sanji's family, and we got to see his dad, and his dad looks like a badass, and it seems like they're gonna fight. He seems like a really kind of intimidating and very cocky person, because when you step into his office, he doesn't have a family photo, it's just a giant photo of himself, and I'm just like, oh, they're going to get into a fight. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see what happens here. Because there has to be a reason why Sanji left his family at like such a young age. But yet he was such a promising like candidate. They had to bring him back. So I'm wondering what's going to go down with that. And like I said before, Bleach is getting close to the ending. Ichigo once again got his sword broken. Right after getting it fixed last chapter. So I don't see what the point of that was. But we do get to see Aizen coming back. So Aizen, one of the original main antagonist of Bleach, has come back to fight the new antagonist of Bleach. So I'm going to see how that goes.
Wait, what happened to the old antagonist of Bleach?
Aizen was the original antagonist,
Oh, okay.
but now since there's a bigger guy going after everybody, they've kind of Aizen has. I guess I don't know exactly what his motive is. I think he might want to test his power or something, but something's going on with Aizen where Aizen is actually going to fight Bach, and we're going to see how that goes. I don't think Aizen, even as broken as he is, can take on Bach. I think it's going to have to go down to Ichigo and Aizen teaming up, or something's going to have to happen. I don't know. Again, there's a lot of stuff to resolve. I don't know if they can do it. I don't know if Kubo can do it in 10 chapters. But we'll have to see.
Gotcha. All right. Is there anything else going on with anybody anime-wise? I know that Jeremy played catch-up with Twinstar.
Yep, and I also binged, like I said, like I was telling you guys, I binged Magi. I binged the Magi anime and most of the manga up to current. So Magi is pretty much this kind of, it's basically based around the story and world of like Arabic magic, kind of, like, because the main characters are Alibaba, Aladdin, and like you even have Jafar, but he's actually a good guy, and basically it's in this world where these things called dungeons appear in the world, and dungeons are these like massive buildings with these like huge treasure rooms.
I was thinking of getting into Magi. It looked interesting. I read a chapter or two.
Yeah, it's really good. It's basically, imagine like a mix of Full Metal Alchemist and Fairy Tail, and that's pretty much what you get. And it's really cool. I like the magic system in Magi. It's not overly complicated, and I like pretty much all of the characters, especially Morgiana, the slave girl that you meet early on in the series, who Alibaba frees. And Alibaba has a really interesting backstory. So does everybody in this whole entire series. But when you meet Sinbad, King Sinbad is the coolest dude I have ever seen. He is awesome. I was like, man, you made Levi look lame, and Levi is awesome.
What about you, Bravo? Anything new that you've been watching lately outside of the main shows that we're watching?
Well, I watched Akira a couple of days ago.
Oh yes, that's right. You got to watch Akira. What were your thoughts on Akira? I know, Jeremy. Did you watch Akira?
Oh yeah, I've seen Akira a couple times.
So we've seen Akira. So what were your thoughts on Akira?
Confusing but incredibly interesting.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Oh man, Akira is awesome. I love that it doesn't have an actual it doesn't have a conventional ending, because the protagonist you follow eventually becomes a villain. So it's like you don't really know who to root for at that point. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's essentially like Carrie. I was just gonna say it's essentially like Carrie, but in anime form, cranked up to like 11.
What were you gonna say, Bravo?
The art style was really weird because they had really big foreheads, but their eyes were really small, which made it look odd.
Oh, that was the older artwork. That's why.
Yep.
And I feel like it had some psychological overarching message it was trying to send, but I have no idea what that message is. So
Don't be Akira.
There's a lot you could read into it. There's like that whole overpopulation and then all this other stuff about governmental control and militarization and all. There's a bunch of different themes you could read into Akira. I'm pretty sure people can write entire essays about the ideological themes presented in Akira.
I would say it might be an anti-war film.
Oh, there's definitely that message in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's complicated.
It's
very complicated.
But it was definitely an extraordinary anime. It was a big movie, definitely during the time of where anime really started to build up. Princess Mononoke is another one that was really good.
Oh, Mononoke is amazing.
Yeah, that's the next
to
one.
Watch that.
Yes, that's the next one you gotta watch, Bravo. You'll love it.
She rides a giant wolf, like, oh my god, that is some of the coolest imagery I have seen. It is so... And when that elephant gets infected by, like, the dark spirit of the forest, that's some of the creepiest stuff.
Well, don't spoil it. Let her see it.
I'm sorry. I just, like, those images are just forever stuck in my head.
And those nymphs that were in the forest with the heads.
Oh, dude.
That was awesome.
I'm glad Studio Ghibli is not closed. They've announced that they're coming back with another film next year or the year after.
Oh my god, what?
That's so cool. I like Studio Ghibli films.
Yeah, Mononoke was the second project they did. I think the first one they did was either Totoro or Kiki's Delivery Service.
Saw that.
And then they did Mononoke, then they did Spirited Away, and then I want to say they went into other stuff like shorts, and then they did Secret Life of Arrietty and a bunch of other stuff.
I saw Arrietty too. My dad rented it for us once.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's basically just that movie The Borrowers, but in anime form.
Awesome. All right, guys, so that's it for the pre-show. We did pretty good. 22 minutes. Hooray. We finally made it to that half-hour mark.
Nice.
So now, let's talk about the anime we're going to be talking about during this week's actual episode 26. We have... I almost read it wrong. We have Ace Attorney, episode 15, End Ride, episode 15. One Piece reaches its 750th episode. We got Dragon Ball Super, episode 52. Food Wars Season 2, Episode 3, Twinstar Exorcist, Episode 14, which we've been alluding to this entire episode, ReZero, Episode 16, Koromakoro, Episode 15, Berserk, which is going to be for Jeremy and Bravo. Well, Jeremy's going to talk about a piece of Berserk, and Bravo's covering Berserk 3 because I didn't like. Berserk was okay for me. Tales of Zestiria, The X, Episode 1 and 2, D. Greyman Hollow, Episode 2. Jeremy's going to give his opinion on Episode 1. And then we all have Mob Psycho 100, Episode 1, which definitely gave me a huge feel of One Punch Man.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same animation studio.
Yep. So, you got that to look forward to. So, stay tuned for Episode 26 of Anime Weekly, and we will see you guys real soon. So, take care. Comic Frontline, your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. As always, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on comicfrontline.com. Lots of stuff coming your guys' way each and every day. See you guys in the episode. Hey, everybody.
Later.